Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke. I went ahead and looked it up off camera, and apparently in an older version of this hack, in which the Game Corner was actually still here, this guy was the one who sold you the stones. But apparently for this version of the game, this lady over here has been changed to the one who sells the stones. I thought I had talked to everybody in this town, but I guess I had missed this lady over here. So we're going to go ahead and get the water stone from her. And we're going to go ahead and use that to evolve Mira into Starmie. I don't think there's any reason to hold off on that. I think it would be helpful to have a fully evolved Pokemon on our team. And I think that's the only Pokemon we can evolve at this point in time with a stone. A couple of our other team members might possibly evolve this episode, because we do have quite a few trainer battles to get through. And we also have a gym to take on as well. Also, I also tried to find a way to add Brussel to this game. Obviously, I can't just import her straight from Pokemon Silver. That doesn't work. I was trying to use a save editor to go ahead and add her, but save editors, because of the way this hack is made, the fact that it has all the new Generation 6 stuff and all of that, I can't just add a Pokemon with a save editor, because if I look at all my Pokemon on my team, they all show up as bad eggs for some reason in the save editor. So yeah, I can't quite do that just yet, so we're going to have to hold off on getting Brussel. If we look at my map real quick, I think what I'm probably going to do to add Brussel to my team, because Bellsprouts appear on Route 104 over here, but we still have to get back through, we have to fight all these trainers and all this stuff, get to Verdant Turf Town and get through Rust Turf Tunnel here to get back to Rustboro, and at that point I can go ahead and catch Brussel off screen over here, and I won't count that as one of my catches, obviously, because I already caught a Pokemon on Route 104. I will count that as my import, and then I'll just go ahead and level her up so she's a Weepinbell, and at an appropriate level for the team, and I'll probably do that after this episode. Because otherwise my other option to catch a Weepinbell wouldn't be until Route 119 up here, and I didn't really want to wait that long, so yeah, we're probably going to do that, and then next episode I'll probably kick off the episode by evolving Brussel at last into a Victreebel, because we will be able to buy a Leaf Stone. But anyways, to start things off today, we're going to go ahead and talk to Wally over here, who is trying to enter the gym, but his uncle here doesn't think he's ready, and he's probably not ready either unless his team has changed. Because in the default game, all he has is a level 16 Ralts, which is obviously not enough to take on a gym. And it looks like all he has is still one Pokemon, a level 16 Ralts in this hack as well, so I guess that has not been changed, so this is still, he's still definitely not ready for this gym. Although we will find out later in the game that he does get quite a bit stronger, and I think he takes on all the gyms and fights them. Because he does try and take on the Elite Four, because you do find him in Victory Road. But at this point, it's kind of disappointing. I was kind of hoping that maybe he'd have one or two more Pokemon in this hack. Because otherwise, I don't know why you try and take on a gym with just one Pokemon. Also, there's the fact that how does a Ralts... I mean, I guess in this hack, Ralts does have some different moves. But in the default game, how does he level his Ralts up? Because by default, the level 5 Ralts only knows Growl in the regular game. So there's no way to actually attack with it unless you actually run out of PP and use Struggle, which would be kind of silly. And Scott's making an appearance here again. Again, we don't really care about what he has to say. Yeah, just a bunch of generic, oh, we're cheering for you, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to continue on out to this route over here. There's a daycare on Route 117 where we can drop off a Pokemon eventually. I might do that off camera or something like that, just so we have some Pokemon being leveled while we're doing stuff. We got a double battle up here. I don't know what these trainers are going to have, so let's go ahead and put Blister and Mira in the lead, I think would be our best option here. And Mira's definitely gotten quite the power boost there. I know she was kind of struggling to keep up when she was still a Staryu and only had Water Gun. But now that she's a Starmie, let's go ahead and take a look at her stats, actually, because she's gotten pretty powerful now. We're looking at a 46 special attack and 53 speed, so that's pretty quick, pretty powerful. Better than Blister's attack stat, better than Cerberus's special attack, better than Sasha's attack. Yeah, probably our most powerful attacker at this point in time. Although Agatha actually comes pretty close, even though she hasn't even evolved yet, so that's pretty impressive. So yeah, we got some more trainers to fight over here as well. What's that area down there to the right? I wonder if there's something hidden down there. I don't remember that little indentation down there being there in the default game, so let's go check that out and see if there's anything, any hidden items or something. I don't know. Maybe that is there in the default game. I don't know. It just seemed a little weird to have that. But anyways, we do have a catch here. I don't know what kind of Pokemon might show up in this area. I'm pretty sure in the default game you can get some stuff like Marill, and I think Volbeat and a Lumice. Here we go. Right away we're finding something, and it's a Cherubi? I don't know how you say that. I don't know anything about this Pokemon. I know it's a Gen 4 Pokemon, and that's about it. Like, I have never used a Cherubi before. I think it might evolve. Yeah, I usually know, like, every single Pokemon, but this is one Pokemon that I know literally nothing about, which is kind of interesting, but probably has something to do with the fact that I initially skipped Gen 4, because I kind of stopped playing Pokemon for a while after Gen 3, and I didn't go back and play until Platinum, and that was only after the Gen 2 remakes came out. So anyways, we gotta come up with a nickname for this guy. And we're gonna be super uncreative here and name it Cherry, because it looks like a cherry. Yeah, I guess we might give it a try at some point, just because I've never used it before. I don't know. I mean, I really like Mashem, but I've used Shroomish and Breloom a lot, so I'm kind of tempted to go back and actually try a Cherry out at some point. Maybe not yet, but at some point in the future. Although, of course, we are going to have a lot of grass types because we are going to be adding Bristle back to our team as well, so I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so basically, I mean, we're kind of overloaded on grass types right now, and I'm actually kind of surprised because we only have one water type at this point. Usually water types are pretty common. Although I'm sure we're going to be bogged down with them once we start hitting the water routes. And I'm going to put Cerberus out in the lead because we really need to level him up and get him evolved, because right now he's kind of lagging behind in terms of power. Okay, what's this about? Okay, somebody from the Pokemon fan club? What? I don't remember that being in the game, but anyways. Actually, I think that's one of the trainers that we encountered last episode, possibly. I was actually wondering if this was somebody calling from the Pokemon fan club in whatever town that's in this game. But yeah, I think it's just. Oops, sorry, I bumped my microphone there. I do apologize about that noise. I do think that was just a random trainer we encountered last episode. And I'm just fighting these guys one at a time because sometimes I don't really feel like I'm in the mood for a double battle. Alright, and one more over here. And the question is, are there any items up here? It doesn't look like it, so I'm not going to bother going up there. There's probably items there in the default game, but it does seem like the creator of this hack removed a lot of those items. You know it's sad when your fire type can't even one-hit kill a bug type. Like, seriously? Come on, Cerberus, we got to get you leveled up. And this is another place I feel like there's probably... Oh, there's a Mawlite. Ooh. So there's our first Mega Stone there. Is there anything else hiding back here? I didn't even see that item. It must be an invisible item, so I'm going to have to be on the lookout. I might have to actually start using that item finder at some point, and keep an eye out for those Mega Stones, because on our team, once Cerberus evolves, he can Mega Evolve. Agatha, once she evolves, will be able to Mega Evolve. I think that's the only ones on our team right now that can Mega. But yeah, that should be pretty cool once we get to that point. And that's the last of the trainers on this route. These two breeders here, I actually use them a lot for grinding. Because if you get calls back from them, I don't know how they get triggered, but I know when I used to grind for the Elite Four, I'd usually come back to this route and run back and forth until they called me, and then fight them because they have full teams of 6. And once you're at the point where you're about to fight the Elite Four, I think their Pokemon are in the 30s or maybe even low 40s. So they do make pretty good experience, which is nice. So yeah, let's go ahead and head on this way. Do we have the HM for Rock Smash? I think we did pick that up, right? I suppose the question is, can we use it yet? I don't believe we can. So I guess we can't get through Rusturf Tunnel just yet. Is there anything else we want to do in Verdant Turf? Another phone call from Wally, who just got a Pokénav apparently. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and head over to Wally's house over here. I don't know if anybody here gives you anything or not. Okay, apparently it's doing wonders for his health, he's doing better, blah blah blah. I feel like somebody here does give you something, maybe. We'll go ahead and talk to everybody here. And then there's Wally himself. Right, okay, I don't think so. I guess I was mistaken. I do believe there's someone in this town that does give you a TM or something, possibly. Because otherwise there's really not much of note in Verdant Turf Town. I mean, it's a nice looking place. I mean, I like all the grass and stuff. But other than that, I don't think either of these two will give us anything. But other than that, there's not really much of a note. There is a battle tent, which is something that was introduced in Pokemon Emerald, and it's basically like a battle tower light. Okay, and she just checks your friendliness. It's kind of like a Battle Tower Light, where it's like the Battle Tower, but the levels are a little bit lower, and I don't think you have to fight as many trainers, but... anyways, we're heading back over to Mauville, and then there's another route to the right where we can fight a couple trainers as well. And then after that, I think we can fight a couple trainers to the north as well. I want to get as much experience as possible before the next gym, because I know, at least in the default game, that this gym can be a little bit tricky as well. And I do want to make sure we have Cerberus evolved for this gym, because I know the gym leader usually has a Magneton, and I don't think we have anybody else who can really take that on. So we want to make sure we have a Houndoom by that point. So I'm definitely going to focus on getting Cerberus leveled up here. Although we do quite out-level all the trainers on these routes here, because their Pokemon tend to be between like level 11 and like 16. Which I feel is pretty low for this point in the game. I mean, considering that our rival had a level 20. And I feel like the gym leader has like a level 24, maybe even like a level 26. I guess we'll have to see there. Might have to do... Okay, I don't know what I was just talking about there before that I got into that battle, but something really weird happened where this guy had a Chatot that ended up putting Cerberus to sleep, and I didn't have any awakening, so I kept healing off the damage and trying to wake up. I went through like a dozen turns and it never woke up. Like, I don't know, I think there must be a glitch or something, because I don't think Chatot has any abilities that make you stay asleep or anything. That was really weird. I don't know what was going on with that, because I don't think that's how the game should work. I don't think sleep should last that long. I don't know. Oh, and look at that, Mashem is evolving. I was just about to say, after I got done with that battle, we should probably focus on evolving Mashem as well, because that fighting type will be extremely useful if we come up against any steel types in Watson's gym here. But I guess level 23 is the level that Mashem evolves, and I think 24 is the level that Cerberus evolves. We are getting close on Cerberus as well. So that's 2 evolutions, and we're going to come up on our 3rd in this episode. So yeah, lots of evolving going on right now. Trying to learn Counter. Let's see, do we really have room for that? I don't really like Counter, because it only hits back against physical hits. I think I'm going to keep Headbutt for now. I guess we're not going to have any fighting type moves for the moment. Mach Punch, that's better. Okay, let's get Mach Punch. I would like Mach Punch. I will take that over Headbutt. It's just that Counter, like, I feel like if I went up against, like, say, a Magneton, and it used, like, I don't know, Thunderbolt, Counter is not going to do anything, you know? So I feel like Counter is a very situational kind of move. And how bad are we in poison damage? Not too bad. Okay, so let's go ahead, heal up, and we'll head into the gym. Actually, you know what, before we head into the gym, let's go ahead and head north and see if there's any trainers up there we can fight first. Just try and make sure we're leveled up enough. I guess, I don't know, I guess I'm not too worried about the gym, although I don't want to say that, because I said I wasn't too worried about the Elite Four in Pokemon Silver, and I mean, we all know how that turned out. So let's see, let's go ahead and put Cerberus back in the lead here, get him a little bit more experience, and I feel like level 24 is when he evolves. And let's see, Mira is not going to be useful in the next gym. Sasha, probably not as much, although we might end up using her a little bit. I wonder if we could get Agatha evolved as well this episode. That'd be pretty cool. I think Agatha probably evolves... How many phone calls are we going to get? Like, seriously, we've only been playing for... I don't even know how long. I think the recording says I've been playing for like 15 minutes. A little bit more than that, maybe. But yeah, we haven't been playing that long. We got like 3 phone calls this episode. And we're getting super close to that level up, and luckily we do have a couple more trainers over here to fight. And I thought that fight would be the one to get us over to level 24, but we're still just a little bit away. We should get it this battle. And there we go, Cerberus is evolving. I'm kind of hoping that we learn another fire-type move when we evolve, possibly. Because Ember is just really, like I said, not cutting it. Obviously being evolved and having higher special attack will help, but we really need something better. I think the move Flame Burst, which is a special move that does 70 damage, is in this game, so maybe we'll get to learn that at some point. Because I know Flamethrower is probably something we learn a little bit higher level, maybe like in the 30s or 40s. But we did not learn any new fire-type moves just yet, so that's kind of unfortunate. We've got the Windstrait House right here, which is a series of 4 battles in a row. This is something we don't want to do at the moment. And then up here is nothing else we can do. Okay, so I guess we are going to fight the Windstraits now. Do we have any TMs we could use? I don't think we've gotten any fire-type TMs just yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay, so let's go ahead, not go back to our bag again. Let's go ahead and get Agatha on the lead. Let's try and get her evolved as well, because everybody else is getting the evolution love, so let's see if we can spread that around some more. Although I think she evolves at like level 25, which is a little bit high. So let's go ahead and get through all these battles here, and get a bunch of experience. And that guy had a couple of fairies, which we made short work of course, with our poison-type moves with Agatha. And then here comes another Wind Straight. There are actually 4 of them. You have to fight in a row without healing up in between. So it's kind of like a mini Elite Four, if you could call it that. And I've noticed that there seems to be a theme that they all have fairy types, which is kind of interesting. And it makes Agatha definitely the right choice to fight them with. And we just learned Dark Pulse with that level up. I decided to replace Confuse Ray because I wanted to keep the Ghost at Poison-type Stab. And obviously I want to keep Hypnosis. Confuse Ray could have been useful in some circumstances, but I think I'd rather have Dark Pulse. And this final Wind Straight kind of broke the theme of having fairy types, because she had a Throw and a Sock, which is kind of interesting. I made short work of them by putting them to sleep and using Hex. We're going to get the Macho Brace, which is an item that doubles the EVs you gain in battle. Although it lowers your speed. I don't know if we're going to end up using that. I suppose it could be useful in certain circumstances. But I don't know. We'll see. I might use it when I'm training up Brussels just to make sure we get enough EVs on her so she's got enough to be appropriate for the kind of level she'll be at. But of course that'll be probably between episodes that I'll run over there and get her caught and trained up and all of that. And I guess what we might end up doing at that point is going with kind of a rotating team, which is something that I generally don't do, although I guess we could pick up the experience share if we want, because the experience share in this game works the same way as it does in Gen 6, where it gives experience to all your Pokemon. In that case, we could have quite a large rotating team. So I don't know, that's an option we could do. Let me know in the comments what you think about that, if you think that'd be a good idea or not. Because we do have quite a few grass types that I would like to use. I kind of do want to use Cherry as well, just to give her a try. We'll see. Just let me know in the comments what you think about that. Okay, and heading on to another trainer here. And we're well on our way to getting Agatha evolved. She is just a little bit of experience away from level 25. And here's evolution number 3 for this episode. There's been quite a few evolutions this time, and after this we probably won't have nearly as many, because I think we're getting close to our team being fully evolved, I think. Actually, is our team fully evolved at this point? I mean, other than Agatha, who still has one more evolution we can get to, I think we need to get the link cable item to do that. I wonder if you can buy that from the stone person, now that I think of it. Shadow Punch, no. Haunter's more of a special attacker. We don't really want Shadow Punch. Let's go ahead and let's see. Yeah, everybody is fully evolved at this point on my team. Although if we do the rotating team, then that will no longer be the case. Let's go ahead and give some of our other team members some experience now, just to get them leveled up. And we'll probably go ahead and take on the gym leader this episode. I don't think I need to worry about grinding. I mean, even though we don't have any ground types or any ground type moves, we're still taking out Pokemon in one hit. I suppose you can just chalk that up to, you know, electric type Pokemon tend to be pretty low on defenses. Anyways, I'm going to run back and heal real quick, and I'll meet you guys right back over here. Okay, and we're back, and I went ahead and checked the lady who sells stones, and she does actually sell the link cable, so we're actually going to go ahead and give Agatha another evolution this episode, and get her evolved to Gengar, because honestly there's no reason not to. I mean, I think Gengar will learn just as many moves after evolving as Haunter does, and since we can, I mean, we might as well get her evolved and get her more powerful, because we can take every advantage we can get, you know. So there we go, we have a nice Gengar on our team, and now everybody on our team currently is fully evolved. So, and we're just now getting to the 3rd gym leader, so that's pretty crazy. And hopefully we learn like Shadow Ball or something like that eventually. Shadow Punch, again, we really don't want to learn that though, because that's a physical move, and Gengar is not a physical attacker. We also have a physical, or a physical attack lowering nature, so that's definitely not a good idea. So let's go ahead and lead off with Mashem for the gym fight, because Grass type does resist Electric type, and let's go ahead and get started. And he's talking about the traps in his gym. The traps in your gym really aren't that impressive, because the only thing you really have to do is you have to walk in, kind of walk around the trainers, hit one button, and you can get through. Like, that's all. You only have to hit one button to get all the way through the gym. Like, it's really not that impressive of a trap. Anyway, so let's lead off with Mashem here. Let's go for a Mach Punch, see how much that does. Minun does not have static, so we don't have to worry about getting paralyzed. It's going to hit us back with a Mach Punch, which won't do too much because Minun is not a physical attacker at all. Actually, I don't know what kind of stats it has. I think all of its stats are pretty mediocre. It is kind of like just a generic Pikachu clone, and it's not that impressive. So it's going to go for another Mach Punch, and that should be enough to knock it out. There we go. And I'm assuming we're going to see another, or not another, we're going to see a Plusle come in. Yeah, there it is. No reason to switch out. We're doing pretty good with Mashem so far. Minun and Plusle really not that threatening, especially in a single battle. Their gimmick is kind of, you know, that they're double battle kind of Pokemon, where if you send them both in at once, then their plus and minus abilities kind of power each other up. But in a single battle, they're pretty much useless. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that, because there's a chance I might pick one up at some point, I guess. I don't know. Rotom's going to come out. Rotom is a ghost and flying type, so let's bring in Agatha for that super effective damage, although we could have gone with Cerberus as well. I guess either one would work. Just got to watch out for ghost type moves coming our way, although it's only level 22, so we should be able to knock it out in one hit. Agatha's got really impressive special attacks, so yeah, there we go. There goes Rotom. And then the next Pokemon he's going to send out is going to be Flaffy. Let's see, who should we send out in against Flaffy? Flaffy is more of a physically inclined Pokemon, although Sasha's a little under-leveled, so I think we're probably going to go right back into Mashem. I think Mashem's going to be our MVP for this gym, just because he resists all the Electric-type moves they have to throw at us. Although we do have to watch out for Fire-type moves, because I know certain Electric-type Pokemon can learn stuff like Fire Fang and Fire Punch. Although it wouldn't be Stab, and coming from a Flaffy, I wouldn't be too worried about that. Let's see what it throws at us. Takedown, I'm not worried about Takedown at all. Yeah, that's not going to do too much. It's going to end up hitting it with Recoil. Let's go ahead and use a Mega Drain to heal back some of our health. I'm kind of wondering if we'll end up learning, because I think Mashem is more of a physical attacker. I'm wondering if we'll learn a move like Drain Punch or something like that, because that could be a really useful move to have on Mashem. I'm pretty sure I could learn it in the default game. I'm not sure, not in the default, you know, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, because that move didn't exist yet. But I'm pretty sure in the default Gen 6 games, Breloom can learn, not Mach Punch, Drain Punch, and that would be a really useful one because Mashem can be pretty tanky. Combine that with Leech Seed, and we can survive quite a bit. So here comes a Magnemite, not a Magneton? Really? That's not his ace, is it? He's got something else other than that, right? Because a Magnemite, I feel like in the default game he has a Magneton. Is this hack easier than the default game? I hope not. That'd be kind of disappointing. I mean, I feel like the past two gyms have had their difficult moments, but really, a Magnemite? I really feel like this is weaker than the default gym. I mean, I feel like he has more Pokemon, which is a good thing, I suppose. But at the same time, his Pokemon, like a Magnemite, come on now. Like I'm almost certain. Like, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I'm almost certain that in the default Pokemon Emerald, he has a Magneton. In which case, you know, a Magnemite is really nothing in comparison. I don't know. I feel like that's just a little bit silly. And I'm almost wondering if maybe I should have gone with the more difficult version of Theta Emerald. Considering this, although at the same time, I feel like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What does he have coming up next? Next he has an Electrike? An Electrike! It's not a Manectric. It's an Electrike. Seriously? Seriously? I feel like okay, now I'm completely certain. You know, in the default game, he has a Magneton and a Manectric. But for some reason, in this hack, those Pokemon are not evolved. That's really weird. That's really, really weird. What's it gonna throw at us? It's gonna flinch. Okay, I don't really... Okay, it's gonna go for a bite, which is not gonna do too much. And we flinched. Okay. So I guess it's a flinch war now. It's gonna go for Electro Ball. We're paralyzed, so that actually might do a decent amount of damage. But not too much. It is an Electrike. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have been talking then. Oh, man. Okay, well, that was stupid of me. I probably should have sent in somebody else. I wonder if the paralysis played into effect there with the Electro Ball. Aw, well, we lost Blister. When I saw the Electrike come out, I did not think we were going to lose anybody to this gym, but that was entirely my fault. I made a serious misplay. I just thought, oh, let's bring in Blister because we haven't used him very much, and he could use some experience. And, I mean, that's the exact same thing that killed Lightning. But honestly, that gym was not challenging. I just made a big, stupid misplay. So, yeah. Oopsie. Okay, so let's go ahead. We get our TM72, which is going to be Volt Switch. That's interesting. Okay, and then he's also going to register us at the Pokénav, which we don't really need to do. And yeah, so that's it. For this episode, we went ahead and took out a gym, and we lost another party member, unfortunately, because I played things stupidly. But, I don't know. I mean, it is Eradicate. I mean, I don't know. I'm sad that I lost a Pokemon, but Eradicate's not really the best Pokemon. It's still pretty good at this point in the games, and it was still pulling its weight. But later on, it's going to start, you know, losing its appeal. So yeah, next episode, yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments if you want to see me do kind of like a rotating team of maybe even like 12 Pokemon, because if we do the experience share, we're going to get over-leveled pretty quick. So if you think that's a good idea, let me know, and that would give us a chance to try out some of our other grass Pokemon we've caught. We'll go ahead and take Blister off the team, and I'll go ahead and get Brussel added to the team and trained up to our level, and then I will evolve her in the next episode with a Leaf Stone. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke.